Vegas, baby, Vegas. All right. Coming to you live, Saturday Night Live. And we have two teams left in the NFL. I'm pretty excited about this one. Welcome to the Super Bowl 58 analysis and predictions video here on the big whiteboard. And this is our Roman numeral for this year. Next year is going to be Super Bowl Licks. Where's that game going to be played? I don't even know. But hopefully Super Bowl LIX will be featuring a great rocking halftime show with a guitarist who can, knock out some great guitar licks. And then it will be sponsored by Tootsie Roll Pop. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll? Well, guys, here we are, down to 2. Has there ever been a Super Bowl on February the 11th? There has not been. I think it was 2 years ago that we moved to the second week in February. This is the first ever February 11th Super Bowl that we have ever had. I wonder if we can possibly get a 14th. We may be able to do that. Yes, Saturday 14th. Might be able to get a Valentine's Day Super Bowl one of these days, guys. So 6 o'clock, up at 6 o'clock. That's kind of when the show starts. I know the kickoff is like probably 6:32 or something. So on CBS. All right. So the last time that CBS had it was, I believe, it was 2021, I believe. Okay, so I believe it was the Buccaneers and the Chiefs Super Bowl. Yes, that's right. We had a streaker on the field and in that game. That's when it was Tony Romo's first Super Bowl, and he said, when they had the streaker come on the field, he said, "Is that you, Jim?" I thought it was one of the funniest moments in broadcasting history. We got two teams left. We got the San Francisco 49ers, who were 12-5 on the season. I know a lot of people like to put the record, including the playoffs. If you do that, maybe 13-5. But kind of a purist like to just go with the regular season record. So 12-5, and they are led by head coach Kyle Shanahan, whose father, of course, coached in 2 Super Bowls, was 2-0 with the Denver Broncos. And this is Kyle's second Super Bowl. He lost Super Bowl 54 back in February of 2020 to none other than the Kansas City Chiefs. So this is his second opportunity to get that ring. He hasn't even gotten one as an assistant. So, starting quarterback for the 49ers is Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Brock Purdy from Glendale, Arizona. Is that right? No, not Glendale. Bolts can correct us in the live chat or in the room if you're watching this. I know it was proud to see an Arizona boy starting the Super Bowl. Of course, went to Iowa State, the Cyclones, and he's making his first appearance. As you can see, 0-0. Super Bowl appearances for the 49ers. So they went to their first 5. They were 5-0. They won Super Bowls 16 against the Cincinnati Bengals. They won Super Bowl 19 against the Miami Dolphins. They won Super Bowl 23 against the Bengals again, and then Super Bowl 24 against the Denver Broncos. Super Bowl 29 against the San Diego Chargers, and an all-California Super Bowl back in January of 1995. Since then, it's been a long 29-year drought because they have, in the last 29 years, they've gotten back the Super Bowl twice, and they lost both times. Super Bowl 47, they lost to the Baltimore Ravens. And then Super Bowl 54, lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They're hoping to not go 5-3 in their 8th Super Bowl appearance, second most of all time, tied with Dallas. All right. The Kansas City Chiefs, meanwhile, were 11-6 on the season. If you count playoffs, they're 13-6. They played 2 games. They played wild card in the divisional. Whoa, I'm wrong about that. Sorry, let me scroll back up. So San Francisco is 14-5, counting playoffs. Kansas City is 14-6, counting playoffs. They played 3 games. San Francisco played 2. All right. The head coach of the Chiefs is none other than the belly man, Andrew Reid, making his 5th Super Bowl appearance. His first appearance was with the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl 39. He lost to the New England Patriots in a close game. I think they lost that game by 7 points, where Mick Puke couldn't pull it out at the end. He then won in his second opportunity in Super Bowl 54 against the 49ers in February 2020. And then he lost to Bruce Arians and Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Super Bowl 56. Right? No, 55. All right. And then, so he was 1-1 to that. He was 2-1. Ouch. What are we doing here? He was all right, take a break. Oh man. Start to realize that there's like a million viewers, and you just start to shake. It's like, what am I doing? So he's 2-1 at that point. I mean, he was 2-2 after the loss to the Buccaneers. 1-2 after the loss to the Buccaneers. He was 1-2 after the loss to the Buccaneers. And he came back last year, Super Bowl 57, and he and his Chiefs were victorious in that game against Philadelphia, against his old team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And then, so he's 2-2 now, and he's going for 3-2. He's going for his elite company. He was number 3. Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback, is the starting quarterback for the Chiefs, of course, out of Texas Tech. This is his 4th Super Bowl. He's been to 6 NFC title games. All 3 Super Bowls, and 4 including this one. He has been the starting QB, and it's been with Andy Reid and the Chiefs. He went to Texas Tech. He's going for 3. All right, he's going for number 3. Super Bowls for the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost Super Bowl 1. They won Super Bowl 4. They won Super Bowl 54. They lost Super Bowl 55 in an attempt to go back-to-back. And then they won last year Super Bowl 57. This is their second opportunity to go back-to-back in the Super Bowl. This has not been done since the New England Patriots 2003 season, 2004 season. JG brought up an interesting stat. The great quarterbacks have beaten teams. A great quarterback in each decade has beaten teams, the same team, in the Super Bowl. Terry Bradshaw got 2 over the Cowboys. Joe Montana in the 70s. Joe Montana in the 80s got 2 wins over the Cincinnati Bengals. Troy Aikman in the 1990s got 2 wins over the Buffalo Bills. And then in the 2000s to into the 2010s, Tom Brady got 2 wins over the LA Rams. So actually, well, he beat the St. Louis Rams and then the LA Rams. But the Rams. So Mahomes is trying to beat the 49ers twice in the 2020s. Thanks, JG, for that stat. All right, let's talk about the coaching for the game here. Coaching, I think, is a big topic for me, a very important topic for me, because Kyle Shanahan, and I'm just repeating myself from the championship games video. Kyle Shanahan is a wonderful offensive mind, but he makes bonehead decisions. He can't coach a normal game in the playoffs. Could he do the same in this one? I don't know. But look for shots of the Rat in this game, all right? The Rat is going to be Daddy Rat, will be in the press box somewhere, wiring down some advice for his son. The Chiefs, on the other hand, Reed and Spags and Balls. These guys, this is a league where you see teams hiring a lot of these younger coaches. Reed and Spags and Balls, both up there in age, 60s and 70s. Reed's not 70 yet, but mid-60s, both of them. I think Spags like 64. Reed is like 66 or so, 66, I think. Probably about roughly the same age, but these guys they just have this ability to adapt to the changing league and to different players who come into their system. It's a very impressive thing to watch on both sides of the ball. These two coaches, and they just have so much experience in these games. It's going to be a big factor. All right. Well, guys, San Francisco has been the consensus best team of the year. If you look at the teams throughout the course of the season, throughout the year, they've kind of been the team everyone has said, yeah, they're the number one if you rank them, like your top 10. And so that's held true. The Chiefs have never really been the top team unless you go back to maybe the first month after they lost to Detroit in that opener. They put together, I think, a streak of like maybe 4 wins. They were looking very dominant in doing so. At the same time, the Eagles are doing that. But lately, at the end of the year, not as much. Okay, so they've had some, more struggles in the 49ers. The Chiefs' defense. If you look back to the 3/4 point of the year, okay, the Chiefs, when I did that video of my 3/4 point top 10 on the little bridge there, it was a cold night, cold late afternoon. I think I had the Chiefs ranked like maybe 5. A lot of people were really down on them at that point. They were 8-4. They were not playing well, and it didn't look good. People were saying they're done. A lot of the fantasy geeks started looking at, I'm not seeing the stats, I'm not seeing the receivers, Tyreek, and I'm not seeing the numbers, and my fantasy numbers, and the Chiefs are messing up my fantasy team, and the fantasy, and the numbers, and the yards, and the points. I said that the defense for that team in that video was going to help them, and the running game would help them stay the course, get through kind of that rough stretch there at the end, that it would be vital in propelling them through the playoffs. I believed in them at that point when others were burying them. Okay? And that's exactly what has happened. That is exactly what you've seen take place at the end. And they even lost. They even went they were 3-2, which wasn't very good after that. So they lost the Raiders after that. People were just down on them, but look at how they've been in the playoffs. Not blowing out teams, but the ability to hold very good offenses. Bills and Ravens. Dolphins hold them to very low scores and offensive yards. Play great defense. All right, defense is alive and well. The NFL boys. San Francisco defense, on the other hand, guys. Finesse, soft. Been saying it all year. Very, very soft. Let the Lions run it up easy in their house at home. They've struggled lately, in particularly against not just the run, but the run to the outside. Look for that in this game. The Niners trying to run it outside will not, the Chiefs trying to run it outside will be very successful because other teams have done this. And Reed's going to look at the film, and he's going to see these this soft, spongy little defense here, and highlight especially Chase Young. Trust me, guys, Chase Young is going to have a couple opportunities to sack Mahomes. He's going to run right past him. That's his hallmark move his whole career, to just fly right past the quarterback. So use great pass rushing and sack skills. He's going to have missed tackles in this game. He could be the reason that they lose this game. If the 49ers lose this game, he could be the reason. Trust me. Chase Young exemplifies the 49ers finesse B defense. And team, if you think about it. All right. It's okay, he's just a rented player. He'll probably be gone after this year. Generational player, though, he said. All right, Buckeyes. Another factor, KB92. All right, so KB92 this Monday, and I said this on the announcement video for afternoon trivia. KB92, get in there. Jay Castle, get in there. You got to get some wins. Okay, you got to get some trivia, afternoon trivia wins for karma for your teams. KB comes in, wins 4. I think Andy won 2. Not Andy. Teddy Ballgame. Sorry, Teddy. You're a very disrespected trivia player. KB92 wins 4 games. 4. Chiefs going for number 4. The Chiefs' first Super Bowl victory was in Super Bowl, say it with me, 4. Do I have that right? 4. Yeah. Just a little food for thought, boys. Just a little food for thought. All right, 6 o'clock. It's game time. Let's talk about it. Reba. Gotta get a Reba out there. So she's doing the national anthem. Make sure you watch it. I think that she watched the Thanksgiving game, Commanders at Dallas, and saw Dolly Parton and how great she looked. And Reba said, I can do that. And you better believe it. She'll be looking spectacular this game. A redhead out there doing the national anthem. Good karma. Good karma from the Chiefs. So another factor there. All right, kickoff. So here we go. I think it's always tempting to pick a big score, like a high score in these games. I always fall prey to it. Pick a big close score because most of these games have been close lately. And then you say it's an offensive league. You go with something like 36-34. Am I going to do that this time? I don't know. We have a couple of new defenses here. So I think we'll have a typical Super Bowl start. We're going to have, both teams are going to be kind of feeling each other out. Maybe a little jittery. Even the Chiefs, who have been here a lot of times, and both teams in this matchup. By the way, everyone knows it's a rematch. Okay, there's several players who are left from that Super Bowl 54 team. Both teams are still going to be jittery. They're even. Okay, so it'll be a kind of a typical start. Probably some punts back and forth. That's just my opinion. You're not going to see anything like a wild muffed snap like in Super Bowl 48 when the ball went over Manning's head against Seattle and it was a safety in the end zone. I don't think you'll see anything crazy like that, but just sort of feeling it out, not much scoring. Chiefs, I believe, will, I believe that they will punch it in first, and it will not be a field goal, it will be a touchdown. It will be a, go up 7-0. They may even go up 14-0. Maybe early in the second quarter. And then at some point, the Niners will bring it to within a score. So they'll kind of get things going. Purdy will lead a very impressive drive. They'll make it 14-7. So 14-7 in the second quarter. They'll also get the ball down the field and later in that quarter, the second quarter, and knock in a field goal. That, my friends, will be the end of the first half. So we will have the halftime score of Jackass Jay, you watching this, buddy? A fairly low-scoring game for the halftime. Okay, but one to keep the viewers interested, even you Swifties, 14-10. All right, I don't have much to say about the halftime show. I don't know a whole lot about Usher. Hope he does a good job. I don't know what to expect. I probably will watch maybe a minute of it and maybe run some trivia during halftime. We'll have a halftime trivia show. You guys want some of that? But speaking of, a little break here, let's take a little break since it's halftime. All right, make sure we can see that there. Just setting things up. I don't know if we can see it or not. It might be a little low. Might have to go fix this, but. Alright, so if you look at the. We'll just do it like this. To heck with it. So if you look at Pips Pick'ems, we have. It's pretty big, guys. We got in first place, Number Man 4 at 1610. In second place, we have Bubba at 1606. And in third place, I don't know who these guys are. Maybe some of Pip's drinking buddies. In third place, No Hit Nelly. Going for his third consecutive Pips Pick'ems crown. Oh, can he do it? Can he leapfrog to the number one spot? A huge one to watch. And in other news, way down at number 30 and 31, yours truly, General Peters, at 1482, 1 point above the duck line. The great Duckster, and boy is he great, at 1481. So a couple there to watch. Who knows what will happen there in Pips Pick'ems? That is another storyline as this game unfolds. Sorry, guys. It's not as easy as it looks. All right. Stay with me, camera. You probably can't see it now, but the great Duckster. All right. Halftime score. Chiefs 14 and 49ers at 10. Okay. What's going to happen after that. In the second half, both defenses are going to tighten up, especially with Spags and balls running the show for the Chiefs. They tighten up big time. The Niners get the ball in the third quarter. They take the lead on a Deebo Samuel, the first lead of the game, on a Deebo Samuel touchdown reception. I guess he qualifies as one of the soft players and finesse players on this team because he's injured a lot. But when he's in there, and I noticed this last week, this guy moves the ball down the field, he breaks tackles, he's a lot tougher in the open field than I thought. He makes a lot of difficult catches in traffic. I think he's going to make a difficult play. He's going to really earn his way into the end zone. And it's going to be a 17-14 score. Jackass Jay will be funneling beers like this, doing some Jaeger shots, baby. Incredibly excited, feeling that sixth ring for his team on the horizon, but nervous at the same time. Will Jackass Jay wear his red number 16 Joe Montana jersey while doing Jaeger shots and wearing a thong? I don't know, Jackass Jay, what are your thoughts on that? Into the fourth quarter, entering the fourth quarter, our score is going to be 17-14, San Francisco. You know what? Chiefs have been in this situation before. They will not cave. They will not be nervous. When we were in Buffalo, they were down. No sweat. So don't worry about them completely losing it. In the fourth quarter, of all people, it's going to be Twagis with a huge touchdown reception and a huge spike of the football, almost as good a spike as Brent Jones, the former tight end for the 49ers. Remember him, Jackass Jay? He had the best spikes. Every time he was just regular, just threw the ball down, but it would always pop straight up in the air. Kelsey's going to have a touchdown. He's going to have one of those Brent Jones spikes. Brent Jones of Santa Clara University. Jackass Jay. Remember him, number 84? Remember him, Jackass Jay? He was a great tight end during that era. All right. 21-17. Kansas City at that point. Oh my gosh. You know who they're going to show after that touchdown. They're going to go up to the press box. You know who they're going to show jumping up and down. And it won't be Daddy Rat. I can guarantee you that. It will not be Daddy Rat. Alright. It'll be somebody else. We all know who that is. Alright. So 21-17. With under 10 minutes to go in Super Bowl 58. The Chiefs, with that defense that I talked about in the opener of this video, force a turnover. Could be like a Purdy fumble. I don't know. But they force a turnover, get great field position. They take advantage. Pacheco runs it in from about 5 yards out. Makes it what looks to be an insurmountable 28-17 lead for the Kansas City Chiefs. They are on their way to Super Bowl victory number 4 in their franchise history. Here we go. It's 28-17. The 49ers now with, roughly 8 minutes to go, mount a big drive against that great Chiefs defense, which is faltering a little bit. Late in the game, they're getting tired. The Chiefs are able to hold the 49ers to a long field goal. 49ers have no choice. It's about roughly a 44-yard field goal. Their kicker isn't that great, by the way. He could have a couple misses in this game. 49ers kicker is not that good. But he does connect on this field goal. Just gets it to the left side, through the uprights. They had no choice. It was like 4th and long. They can't go for it. But they do make it a 28-20 game. A one-score game with about 5 minutes to go. San Francisco, of course, kicks off. They've got some timeouts left. The Chiefs, however, get a couple of first downs to continue to milk the clock down. It's nervous Nelly time. Not this Nelly, but it's nervous Nelly time for the 49ers brass. This could be the game. This could be it. So after those 2 first downs, the Chiefs start to run to force San Francisco to take their timeouts. They do. San Francisco takes their timeouts. And they get a stop on about 3rd and 3, forcing the Chiefs to punt. But because of those first downs, the Chiefs punt from and get it. They punt from about their own 40, 42 or so. So they pin them. They pin the 49ers down roughly at their own 12, let's say. San Francisco has no timeouts. And there's roughly 57 seconds remaining. They've got to go 88 yards in 57 seconds against one of the best defenses in the league at the end of the year, and all year. Tightening up. Vegas, baby, Vegas. All right. 57 seconds left. And here we go. They get a big play down to about their own 43, but time is ticking. Time is of the essence. They do a quick spike. There's roughly 30 seconds left. They've got to get to within. They've got to get the ball down to Chiefs territory. They go for a throw into the middle of the field, even without timeouts. Hoping long throw by Purdy. Looking for you-know-who, Mr. Samuel. And the pass is intercepted. The Chiefs intercept the pass. Their defense wins the game for them. In comes winning Super Bowl 58 on 3 putt. Mahomes kneels the ball. And that's it. And that is it. Your final. The Kansas City Chiefs 28 and the San Francisco 49ers 20. One thing that I remember recently, Tom Brady was asked, I think the season, like the 2016 season, when they beat the Falcons in that Super Bowl, Andy. I think in that game in the playoffs, he was going to throw in guys like Brandon Bolden and Chris Hogan, undrafted and low-round guys. And they asked him why was he trusting in those guys to throw the ball to. And he said, I practiced throws with them about 1,000 times, and I know exactly where they're going to be. I trust them to make the right play, to be in the exact spot where I expect them to be. It's the same with Mahomes. The receivers that he has, he trusts them the same. None of these guys are great. No 1,000-yard receivers this year, including Travis Kelce. No household names, but it's practice, practice, practice. And he knows these guys. He trusts in them. You're going to see some unsung heroes making plays from the receiving core of the Chiefs in this game. It will make a huge impact on this game. So this is your final score. Chiefs 28. San Francisco 49ers 20. Guys, it's your worst nightmare. It is your worst nightmare. September the 1st, 2023, the sparkling, crystal clear waters of Rio. The baking sun that day. The clear Buell skies coming down. General Peters getting a long, two-part, full analysis, predictions for the 2023 season. Picking. And I remember thinking when I picked the Super Bowl, how cold it would feel in February and how warm it was that day. But never mind all that. I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl that day. And I picked them to win 28-20. That's one reason I'm sticking with this score. I can see this being a field goal game. Reed has kicked as many as 5 field goals in a game recently. But I gotta stick with this score. Gotta go a little lower than I think a lot of people are going. I called it in 2022 season. I called the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Mahomes getting the MVP. This is your worst nightmare. Those of you who watched me gloat last February. And I know that some of you were watching that Rio video and watching the ending as I was guaranteeing it. I said, this is the easiest part of my predictions, is picking the Super Bowl winner. And I know you guys were watching it that night on that premiere. Before in our kickoff party of the NFL, and you were thinking, please don't let Peters be right for the 2nd year in a row, please. But it's like a broken record. Was that the term Bulls used the other night? Broken record? Yeah, that's an apt description. For the 2nd year in a row, General Peters, who will finish above Duck in pick'ems, because I'm getting the game right. Duck will probably pick the 49ers after watching this video to keep the drama. That's great. Not only finishing above the Duck line for the year, but nailing the Super Bowl winner for the 2nd year in a row. The tears will roll. There'll be a lot of hand wringing, a lot of red faces, a lot of crying, a lot of damage control. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are saying this is a pick'ems game. The line is like 2. A lot of people are saying this is just too close to call. I'm not. I'm calling this a stone cold lead pipe lock. Chiefs win their 2nd consecutive Super Bowl. And I may get this MVP wrong, but just like I said, on September the 1st, it is a QB award. Mahomes gets the MVP. Mahomes enters elite company. In winning his 3rd Super Bowl, he joins the company of, there's quite a few with 2 that are not even in the Hall of Fame. Right? Plunkett's got 2. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning's got 2. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet. Alright? But 3? Brady's got 7. Bradshaw's got 4. Montana's got 4. Troy Aikman's got 3. So he becomes the 4th Super Bowl quarterback, the 4th quarterback in Super Bowl history to win at least 3 Super Bowls. Meanwhile, Andrew Reid also enters elite company because there are some head coaches that have 2 that are not in the Hall of Fame, right? Tom Coughlin, he's not in the Hall of Fame. Tom Flores, he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's got 2. I'm missing somebody. I know there's one more. Mike Shanahan is not in the Hall of Fame. He may be someday, but he's not in the Hall of Fame. So that's 3 coaches.
Flores is in the Hall of Fame.
Not in the Hall of Fame. But Reid will join. He will become the 5th head coach in Super Bowl history to have 3 titles. Okay, he will join Bill Belichick, who has 6, Chuck Noll, who has 4, Bill Walsh, who has 3, and Joseph Jackson Gibbs, who also has 3. Reid will join that company. It's amazing. After years and years in Philadelphia as being known as the guy who couldn't get to the big one. Remember, 3 straight NFC title game losses. Finally broke through against Andy's Falcons and then lost another one to the Cardinals. He was 1-4. Now we'll be in royalty as far as head coaches. So I just want to say preemptive congratulations to the Chiefs and their fans on winning their 4th Super Bowl, which will happen tomorrow night, live on CBS. And General Peters nails it. The only question is, will General Peters do the hat trick next year? I know a lot of people are praying that won't happen, just like he did in the Rio video. Certainly he can't do it again, right? We'll see. Definitely back-to-back. First back-to-back, like I said, since there's only been a few back-to-backs in history. Packers, Super Bowl 1 and 2. Dolphins, Super Bowl 7 and 8. Steelers did it in 9 and 10. And then again in 13 and 14. So they've done it twice. 49ers, 23 and 24. Dallas Cowboys, 27 and 28. Green Bay Packers failed in their attempt. Denver in their second attempt. Denver Broncos, 32 and 33. And New England Patriots, 38 and 39. And now the Kansas City Chiefs go back-to-back. 57 and 58. Maybe a 3-peat for Super Bowl licks. It's been a great year of NFL football. We started with, if you count the draft party back in last April, but we started in a preseason. I think we had a preseason party, and then we had the one with the Chiefs-Lions game to kick off the season. A lot of fun. Long season, and when it starts, we think it's never going to end, but here we are, down to 60 minutes. 60 minutes, and this is your Stone Cold lock. Lead pipe lock, guarantee. Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and congratulate the Chiefs, congratulate KC and KD Coins on their win, preemptively. And of course, congratulate General Peters. If you can't beat him, just join him, pat him on the back. No tears, guys, no tears. All right. Swifties, have a great game. And see you guys, I'll see you guys in April for the big party. All right. Take care, guys. Peace.
You just got a deed.